Erica clearly described the point of view of the parent who's dissatisfied with their homeschool assignment and has got to do something. She did a great job of describing that, and all of our decisions around magnets have hindered parents in that regard. Rhonda, I think, did a good job of describing the parent who's satisfied with their homeschool assignment, and if you mess with it, I'm out of here. Like last Tuesday night, the One Met group did a terrific job of pushing us to focus on diversity, which we must do. And then the last speaker mentioned proximity. So how do you craft a policy that covers all that spectrum, or even just the majority of it? It's really hard. I think it'd be incredibly informative if we commission a survey, not that I'm into making policy by polling numbers, but a detailed survey, not just the parents, specifically the community members, and try to better understand how parents will make choices and how those choices may vary across our district given the wide spectrum of desires and issues and needs. And let that insight inform, I think, the contract policy to try to sync, because we're going to have to respond to those who want proximity, those who need diversity, and to parents who are satisfied and those who are not.
One piece, I think we also got to hear that voice of that high school student and that middle school student, because they can articulate also what they would want to see in their own schools.
I had a conversation with one of the one community folks who called me to talk a little bit before the board meeting, and one of the comments was, Tim, we need policies that drive the mixed income neighborhoods and make it mandatory. That's illegal in North Carolina. Davidson has it, but Davidson hasn't been sued yet. Concord had it. When they got sued, they lost. Union County had it. When they got sued, they lost. So I think part of the challenge is an education for not only the school board, but the towns and others as to what can be done.
The teachers that I've talked with, their thing is, I'm okay where I am, just make sure that my students that I'm working with here have the same opportunity as a student across town, because I want to feel like what I'm doing is valuable, just like that teacher on the other side of town. So we also have to look at that, and that made me think about our K-8 programs. You know, those middle school kids in the K-8s, they're sad because we're not providing them what they see other middle school kids getting.
So if we're there, then the fundamental question we have to ask ourselves is, how will we decide which student, and using what criteria, to move out of the school to where, and what students will we decide to move to the school and from where, and what criteria will we develop to make those choices given those holes that I described earlier? That is a question.
Our number of magnet students has not really changed in the last 15 years. That number has hovered anywhere from 18 to 20,000, kind of depending on the year and the number of options that are available. We have increased options, particularly at the high school level, but in terms of actually increasing at the rate that our student enrollment has increased in this district, we have not done that with our magnet programs and other school options.
I think what we've been hearing at board meetings, though, and some of us by phone calls and other meetings, is that we need a movement in the whole county, and throughout the boundaries of the whole county, whether it's a town or a city or unincorporated area or wherever it is. A movement of people who actually begin to agree that we can go so far with what we've done, but we can't go as far as we want to go if we don't change something. And I don't think that 9 people on the Board of Education make that movement happen. But at least we can be factors in, since we all are elected by this community, either all of it or part of it, we can certainly be out there helping people begin to see, or do more than we're doing right now, maybe, people seeing what the need is and get that kind of drumbeat of support out there.
Well, you said everybody knows who Ann Clark is. I would beg to differ, because at graduation I had a junior student come up to me and say, "Are you Ann Clark?"
Okay, stand corrected.
Agree with you, and teacher, I'm sure, but when we only get a third of what we asked for, and what we asked for was to do state mandated payment. We have no. And what we asked for was to improve the literacy of our students, and pay our teachers a paltry 2% more. And we got a third. We need a movement with us.
True.
It's clear we're not being heard upstairs. And the only way to really move that dial, in my opinion, is a movement. It will take more money to implement the plan we come up with. It'll take more operating money, and it'll take more capital.
Tom, are we anywhere near being able to deliver that to staff by November?
Well, maybe, but it's, yeah, I mean, that's still my hope. We can at least come to some conclusions about guiding principles, recognizing that these are high level, but we've got to get so that we're done.
Okay, gotta get the basics done. Okay.
Beyond what we've done
But at
today.
least you didn't say it was your prayer.
Scott.